Oh, good morning. This is great. I've never had this many people in an organic chemistry class. Just kidding. So I am the division chief for the Advanced Emerging Threats Division. I'd like to point out that before emerging was cool, it was in our name. All right, so emerging technologies lead to emerging threats. They also lead to emerging opportunities and evolving responses. That's kind of what we're about. In the Advanced Emerging Threats Division, we really have two focuses. We have the threat agent science focus, and we have the chemical medical countermeasures focus. And both of those really have to change from the way that we've done things in the past. If you look kind of at a word map or a heat map, whatever you want to call it, of the key terms that we operate under, you know, there's a lot of words that can be used. But the fundamental thing is that we are in an entirely different paradigm from where we used to be, where we had a defined list of these are the chemical agents we need to work on, man. And these are the biological things that, we are in an entirely different world now. And we need to develop the countermeasures, the detectors, the protective suits, the equipment, all of that. But we need to do it more rapidly than we've ever thought of before. So in the Advanced and Emerging Threats Division, that translates into threat agent science. Now, Tom asked you a rhetorical question earlier. He didn't want any hand raising. I do want hand raising for this one, but you don't say anything now. Anybody know what this is? If you raise your hand, if you know what that is? Yeah? No? Okay. Does this help? You can still buy them on Amazon, by the way. So this is a separator, a cream separator. Separates the cream from the milk. The problem in threat agent science is if you guys and we start to really think about the existing threats that could come at us, or the emerging threats that could come at us, our imagination can run wild. We can't defend against that. We have to be able to separate out the cream from the milk, the real threats from all of the other imagined threats that we can't handle right now, that they are not technically feasible. And so that's one of the things that threat agent science does. Threat agent science has the task of looking at that threat landscape and figuring out what are the realistic threats that the warfighter may face. And then we go out and we collect the data that the diagnostics folks need, that the protective equipment folks need, that the vaccines and therapeutics folks need, that the warfighter needs, that the ConOps folks needs, that all of these folks need in order to help prepare rapidly. So the Advanced and Emerging Threats Division, as you see here, we are part of that pivoting effort to change from a defined list to our ability to rapidly respond to an emerging threat that we didn't know about last year. We've seen some of how American intuition, technology, and innovation can deal with something like that. We saw it over the last couple of years. We need to make that the norm, not the new. Okay, so obviously you'll see a lot in our stuff that is going to deal with predictive toxicology, use of artificial intelligence and all of those things. That is part of our new response, our new ability to evaluate and predict where we need to go. And then the other half of the team that we talk about are chemical medical countermeasure development. We want to talk about how we can more rapidly develop those therapeutics and prophylaxes against a variety of chemical threats, not just the ones that have been on the traditional list. There are all sorts of toxic compounds. There are all the PBAs and all of those many different classes of compounds that we need to develop the ability to protect against more rapidly. Okay, we do have a number of sessions that are coming up this week, and I do invite you to come and participate with my team and I. We are looking for those new ways of predicting, those new ways of responding, and with that, I am going to turn things over to Dr. Neil Jensen with the research and STEM